consequence of reversing and not looking in the rearview mirror is... elaborate balls of dung are welded directly to the branches. The harder the little guy, the deeper the ball goes. This bad day starts in the morning. As the saying goes, you can't get up early. African grassland. Thousands of tons of fecal matter are excreted every day. You can smell it from a kilometer away. The antennae of captures these odor molecules perfectly. He can even, according to his own taste, select the type of fecal matter. 2 pairs of wings, as thin as helps him find food quickly. Beard for little guy, in flight. There is no way. However, his fat body made it difficult for him to find balance. Not a single gunwolf can resist the temptation of feces, no matter how hungry you are. It can't dribble here either, because tens of thousands of gunwolves are heading to the battlefield. Just a few minutes, 5,000 gunwolves appear at the same time, and this is just the beginning. The grasslands are home to billions of gunwolves. Without their presence, the whole prairie will be covered with manure. Gunwolves have powerful serrated front legs, can easily cut through the quilt and elephant dung, digested plant fiber. The process of making the dung ball must be fast, because a lot of gunwolves are on their way. When food is in short supply, snatching is inevitable. There are always some lazy guys, always thinking about getting something for nothing. Gunwolf is highly verifiable. Any creature that comes close will be regarded as provocative behavior. The gunwolf toiled in the dung for half an hour. Dessert that was hard to make. How can you give it to others? With the addition of a third gunwolf, the scene gradually started to get out of control for them. Dung balls are not just a supply of food. It is a sign of attracting the opposite sex. After a long snatch, elaborate dung balls, in the end, it was occupied by other gunwolves. Perhaps something that is easily lost. It's not really yours. This scene was seen by Dar Fox. It turns out, greed and plunder. In the end, they will not escape the judgment of fate. The robbed gunwolf can only return to the cafeteria. Pick up. This time he quickened his pace. Get the takeout and run away immediately. This time, no matter what, it can't be robbed again. Finally, with tenacious perseverance, he successfully escaped from the deep pit. Big Earbeard is on the side. He wants to escape this place of trouble as soon as possible. It turns out, driving backwards hurts others, because you can't see what's going on behind. The old gunwolf driver went all the way, rampaged through downtown. Baba looked at the gunwolf in the distance and fell into deep thought. Rolling on the ground for a long time, the scorching sun became his greatest threat. Spearwolf's black armor does not have heat dissipation function. Look closely and you will find, each scroll distance, gunwolves will circle on the dung ball. With the naked eye, we can hardly see anything out of the ordinary. But watching everything with a hot prime minister will solve it as easily. The dung ball pushed by the gunwolf keeps the cool at all times. Just stand on the ball, stop for a while. The body cools down immediately. But the fragrant wolf stands on the dung ball for another purpose. To make sure you don't get lost. He has to constantly correct his position with the sun. Have your own navigation. You won't get lost when the holidays come. However, once the sun rises to its highest point of the day, Hong Kong has lost its navigation. But he wasn't disoriented. Keen antenna can even sense the direction of the wind. Use the wind direction as a reference for judging the direction. But once it's past noon, the sun is no longer directly overhead. The fragrant wolf will reuse the sun for navigation. But the sun always sets at that moment. How should the fragrant wolf deal with it then? About an hour after the sun sets, moonlight meets forces in the atmosphere. Scattering occurs, generates polarized light. This light will form a kind of fixation in the sky, like a compass. Gunwolves are also a few organisms that sense polarized light. By midnight, gunwolf will switch to another navigation system. When there is no moon in the starry sky, they will use the galaxy as a target. In the eyes of the gunman, the Milky Way is not a star. It's a strip of light that shines. He will walk at a fixed angle to the light strip. And in the animal kingdom, this is the only creature with this function. As the temperature plummets, the little guy's body starts to heat up gradually. Big Ear, who is always searching for the footprints of Changbao. Just as the little guy stops, the robbers are known to have been waiting here for a long time. An offensive and defensive war is imminent. Against the backdrop of lightning, the battle is getting fiercer. Our little gunwolf was finally defeated. A whole day of hard work completely vanished at this moment. Maybe leaving is his best option. The sound of the fight just now attracted Big Ear Hoo's attention, and the victorious gunwolf, ultimately for their own robberies, paid a heavy price. The little guy saw that things were not going well. You can only burrow into the sand to avoid danger. The first ray of sunshine in the morning awakened the sleeping gunwolf. The moment I opened my eyes, he seemed to see a ball of dung is walking towards itself. He couldn't believe his eyes. The male spear wolf has been rolling dung balls to court. The smell of maturity and the smell of dung balls make the little cockroach irresistible. The four eyes of Erlang exchange identity information with their antennae. There was a huge age difference, but it wasn't a problem. This may be the taste of love. They'll never go hungry again. It also lays the groundwork for the nursery of the future. Real foundation. But then I had a thought. There's no need to get married so early. As a flower girl, how can you marry a stinky and hard old gunwolf? But how can he escape while pushing the dung ball? In the end, he was caught back by the old gunwolf. They bury the ball of dung 30 centimeters underground and lays a young egg inside. Larvae before being called adults. They eat them all the time. Compared to elephant excrement, antelope excrement is more cost-effective. This saves the gun case the time of hand rubbing. Just move it away and eat it directly. But there is one plant. Real-time fraud, using the characteristics of the gun bag. As the seeds mature, will touch sharp, throwing seeds into the distance. No matter the size or shape. It looks like antelope poop. Even the smell can be perfectly reproduced. The small head of the gun bag is indistinguishable at all. They rolled the excrement away as usual and store it underground. Silverwood grass relies on superb deception. Let the gunwolf help himself sow seeds for nothing. It can only be said that the animal world is too dangerous shit to prevent being defrauded.